Hey guys, this is Alyssa, also known as Alyssa's Reality, and this is not an episode of Common Culture. That is still in the making. We have an episode dropping this Saturday, and I hope that you guys are enjoying listening to them when I drop it. This one's going to actually be both audio and visual. And I'm actually going to put a snippet of the next episode at the end of this video, so stick around, okay? If you're new here, welcome. And as you can see by the title of this video, this is actually a reaction to a movie that I am so happy I got to see this weekend. I went with my mother, and it was so much fun to watch. Like I said, there's also spoilers, as I say in the title. And the spoilers are not going to be spoilers in like plot, but more in visuals and effects, because I am personally not a sci-fi girl. I am personally not someone who enjoys, give you one more second to avoid a spoiler, aliens. And it's not really an alien. I don't even really know if we can call it an alien. So again, I really can't give you a spoiler on that. But it was just interesting to see three things in particular, and that was the cast and crew. The first thing there, of course, I could not ignore was the fact that this had a cast and crew that were predominantly the main characters, not the backup characters, not the people in the stands, but the main characters were people of color, particularly black people, particularly there being a woman of color in there. Kiki is hilarious, and she is the embodiment of what a black person would feel in the situations that Jordan Peele puts his cast and crew through, his characters through. It was just hilarious to me to see. It felt like he was fed up with. Oftentimes in horror, we can have a very diverse cast, but that diverse cast is still centered around a main character that is white. And I think that it's awesome to see black people in thriller, horror, psychological horror, because it's not like we don't, like, we're in scary situations for real, like like it's not like we don't process horror the same. It's not like that we don't enjoy horror movies the same. It's just, who wants to go see a horror movie when we know we're going to die first? And going into a Jordan Peele movie feels safe, because I know there's a black man behind this. He is not going to just kill the only black person on screen. And that safety and security makes you want to go to the box office, point blank, period. The second thing is the plot and the plot twists. He always has a twist somewhere in it. I like how Kiki called it. She called it Peelian. And I love it. This is a very Peelian movie. The way that the videography and the cinematography is structured in his movies is very particular, and you can see people trying to copy it. People absolutely have been trying to copy it, but it doesn't work because it's his brain. I think that's just how the motherfucker's brain, and that's what me and my mom were like snickering sometimes throughout the movie about. Like, this man says he based some of these on his dreams. What is he dreaming about? His poor wife having to listen to these horror stories. And when it's that particular, when his movie structure is kind of in the same, and it does look like a lucid dream, like this one feels like it's not like a lucid dream. I would definitely say Get Out and Us was like that, where it felt like after you watch it, you were like, it's like suddenly you're not looking around anymore at the humans. It's like a lot of his previous work was man versus man. This one is technically man versus the wild. The lineage. It's not, the one time is not linear in his movies, and to me that in general takes us to a different universe. And speaking of universes, I think that what makes Jordan Peele movies marketably successful is the fact that there is no tie between Get Out, Us, and Nope. And I think people desperately want it to be, but I think when it's an oversaturated field and market at this point now, everyone wants to. What Star Wars started, with the MCU, Marvel, and Disney capitalized on, literally, everyone now is trying to take their share of that market, and Jordan Peele could absolutely figure out ways to put little egg drops and Easter drops in each of these movies. And he's like, nope. This is, if you think that this is going to be something that's going to tie in anyway to Get Out and Us, you were completely wrong. Nope. Literally. And I think that that is a very, very smart move on his part, but I also think that's just him as well. Similarly to the way he writes and the way he directs, it's similar in the way that he markets his movies. He's not marketing it in any other way than what he would want to be marketed as. You know, if he were on the other side of this video, would this catch his eye? When he thought about this in his brain, did this look like this? And if it does match it, the trends of the time, you don't really care. And I love that. And that is so Black. That is so much fun, and it's naturally innovative, because everyone right now is trying to catch on to the trends as fast as they come, and he is not necessarily setting a trend. Everyone's trying to catch on to a trend, and he just doesn't care. He wants to write things his way, and I feel like the people that end up becoming great innovators in any industry, minds think like that. I don't want it to be like the trends. I want it to be my way. If my way just so happens to be trendy or starts a viral trend, that's fine, but it needs to look the way it looked like in my head, or I am not satisfied with it. And that is what every Jordan Peele movie looks like. And so I'm very happy to see such a natural way of being artistic being so positively received. He truly just gets a creative moment in his head, puts it on paper, writes it out, directs it, and it turns into a genuine masterpiece. And that process in movies is rare nowadays. So right now, everybody, even like, especially in the horror genre, are trying to create these universes. And I'm like, I don't how many Halloweens are they gonna make? I literally saw a promotion while watching this movie, but I am still very excited to see future movies of Jordan Peele, because I can see that he is going to do that every single time. It's like it's like a musician putting out art and putting out an album. It should. With music, we say that, but we don't think of it with movies. It should be unique. It should be different. And his have been unique and different, and I very much am appreciative of that. Thank you guys for listening to just my reaction to Nope, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you like what you saw here, give me a like. If you want to hear more and see my upcoming episode of Common Culture, subscribe and hit the notification bell when it comes on. And here's an exclusive clip of my next episode right now. Is we don't have time to have those random encounters. We typically go to the same places with the same people over and over again, and that's our community. And when we're not in that community, we're probably working. And so anything that wants to try to enter inside the community has been forced to go virtual, and that is not a healthy long-term solution. It's not that it can't work right now because it's newish and people are just now allowing it to be an option. But once it becomes not only an option, but similarly to a lot of it, and things like social media in general, if it completely goes all the way to being this only way, this true culture of American society is dating through online, God help the disabled, God help the non-conventionally standardized attractiveness. Because those algorithms, Black women in particular, do not trend very well on social media apps when it comes to dating. Until next time, may my faith be enough for us both.